Appeared to many that it looks like the former royal known as Prince Harry and of course his wife Meghan Markle have decided to hit back. As ever, they do this in a rather strange way, don't they? Because when they're over here in the United Kingdom, they seemingly are all trying desperately to remain on good form. We mentioned a while back, didn't we, that Meghan Markle would have liked to sit down, a face-to-face, a chat with our brand new king, His Majesty King Charles. And as we also pointed out, Meghan has claimed, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that she got on incredibly well with the former Prince of Wales, who is now our wonderful king. But there's a reason apparently as to why King Charles didn't really get back to his youngest son. But as ever, we often say this on the show, there are two sides to every story. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you as ever. And whatever you're doing, I know I say this every day, but be kind to yourselves, look after yourselves. It's just a moment, isn't it? A pot of tea, a couple of biscuits and a bit of reflective music, or even just staring into space. I know you're doing that now. I can see you're naughty. You should be focusing, concentrating. It takes a lot of production to do this. I'm pulling your leg, of course. It's lovely to have your company. Whatever you're doing today, genuinely look after yourselves, take care. And for those that are watching alone, you know, you might think you're alone. Trust me, you're not. And it might be better, trust me. When you work with a bunch of people that go on at you all day, some days you think, oh, just to be on your own for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Perhaps even better just sat with Larry the cat. At least he doesn't answer back. Well, he says nothing. Anyway, back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, this story really is fascinating because, as we know, way back in the Oprah Winfrey interview, you have to smile because Prince Harry was very vocal, wasn't he, about that? Very negative about his father, our, of course, brand new king, King Charles III. And he pointed out that really his father had cut him off and he wasn't taking his calls. He did look bashful, do you remember? He kind of looked down and a little bit embarrassed and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, there's a good reason for that, and not many people know this. You know, when people are very busy, like the monarch, like the late monarch, should I say, Queen Elizabeth II, she didn't have a mobile, and neither did the Prince of Wales at the time, or indeed King Charles. Now, there's a good reason for that, actually, because I spoke to someone very close to him who told me that there's two, points in that. He doesn't like mobiles, not that he's an old fuddy-duddy or anything like that. He thinks that they interrupt your day, they put you off course. He very much has a detailed plan of his day, wants to get a lot of work done. Whatever people think, he's a hard worker, trust me. And he finds that if you receive an email or a text or something, that can throw your mind off course and actually derail you from what you're intending to achieve during the day. The other reason really is all of his sort of collective aides around him, the support group that he has, all carry mobiles. So anybody senior within the British monarchy can reach him, including both of his sons, who we will always take the calls from. Whatever people say, he's a very kind and caring and, on board father. What, people are trying to paint him out differently. He's not like that. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because this story is whirling round and it's coming back to the surface that Harry has basically stated, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, that it's difficult to get hold of his father, to have any conversations because there's no way of contacting him. Absolute dumbuckle, it's not true. There is a way, and he would have all of those numbers if he wished to have them. The bottom line is this: King Charles is incredibly busy. He's taken on a brand new role, and of course he's planning his coronation, which is going to be the next big historical event. But more importantly for Harry, as ever, things have to be about him. And if he wishes to take a call, he simply could have done. But more importantly, when he had the opportunity to sit down for a face-to-face dinner while back here in the United Kingdom, seemingly he didn't wish to do that because the king, as he was then, had just proclaimed king, wanted a one-to-one with his son, no one else around, a father-to-son chat. As ever, though, Harry wanted someone by his side, and as ever, King Charles insisted it was between them. Seemingly, since that point, once again, the story about Harry being unable to contact his father, King Charles, has resurfaced. Now, as ever, who do you believe? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.